What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Dr. Hammerstein and today we got another Realme GT device over here in the house, and this is the Realme GT Master Edition. And you guys know that I already had the Realme GT and you guys can check that one out in all my links up above and also down below. So what we're going to do today in a typical Dr. Hammerstein fashion is of course to unbox this over here and of course go through the key specs and features and also show you what to expect when you do decide to purchase this phone over here. So yes, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, so here is the Realme GT Master Edition, and to be honest, as you can see here, the design is just unlike any other phone you're going to find here in 2021. The design is just really special, really cool, and I think this is just a way of Realme trying to tell us, you know, it's time to go out and travel, and if you can't travel, get the Realme GT Master Edition because it kind of reminds you of your luggage bag and all that sort of stuff. It does have like a 3D print over here, and to be honest, I really like the Realme GT, the yellow kind of a Lamborghini edition, but over here, you know, it's just another level of just coolness. You have your engraving here, you have your signature, very clean, very simple. It does have a nice texture on the back over here, so you know it's really nice to grip it. And what I like about as well is the case that comes with it as well is grey. It's not your usual clear case over here, so it's very nice to just fit over here. And let me just get it sorted over here, and this is basically how it would look like. Very nice, but of course I think I would not be using it with a case. It looks really cool here. I think this is more of a plastic bag over here on the back, doesn't feel like metallic or whatever, but yes, I'm just very intrigued by the design over here. I just lost my tongue over here. I just love the design here of the Realme GT Master Edition. Other things to note is that yes, you have your power button on the sides over here, you do have your volume rockers on the side as well, your SIM card slot over here, and on the bottom here you do have your USB-C for charging, so you can use your 65 watts of direct charge over here to charge up your phone. You have your down fire speaker, you have your top fire speaker, and you do also have a headphone jack, which is something very hard to find in phone nowadays. So alright, let's do some testing over here and see how good are the specs of this phone. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so now let's go on to the display of this phone, and this one here does come with a 6.43 inch Super AMOLED display, and it also does come with your 120Hz. So yes, you will get that extra smoothness, that extra fluidity that comes with all your nice amazing display. So yes, looking at this here, the color does look very nice, very contrasty, and also you get your nice deep blacks as well. I did watch a few Netflix clips here, I did watch some YouTube, and yes, the display here is really good. Okay, so next up here, we're going to go on to the speakers, and just a correction over here, this one doesn't have a stereo speaker setup, which is quite disappointing. So it doesn't have the top firing speaker, but it does have your nice bottom firing speaker over here, and it also does have your headphone jack. So let me just show you how good it is. Too bad, I would say. I wouldn't say it's the loudest, definitely because it only has one speaker. So in case if you guys are gaming, just make sure that you're not blocking these speakers on the one side over here. So next up here, let's talk about the software side of things. So this one here does come with the Realme UI version 2.0, and yes, it does come with tons of features. As we can see from here, you can change a lot of stuff over here, your themes, your wallpapers, your always on display, your app layout, and all this other good stuff. You can even go to the display settings here. There's a few things that you can change. Of course, your refresh rate, the color, screen calibration, and all this other stuff as well. And I think one more thing here, yes, home screen. There's a lot of stuff you can change change here as well. You can change the number of columns, the number of rows, which is something usually you don't find on many other phones, and I really like this feature that you have on the Realme GT. So yes, off with the Realme GT 2.0, I think you're going to get a lot of stuff here, which I think you would like on a daily basis. Alright, and next up here I'm going to talk about is the battery side of things. So over here you're given a nice 4300 milliamps of battery, and also you do have your super dart charge over here, 65 watts, so you're able to charge that from 0 all the way to 100% in just about 33 minutes, which is just super insane. Because if you guys are in a hurry, you can always use this. There's no wireless charging or whatsoever with the Realme GT Master Edition. Alright, and also the Realme GT Master also does come with your fingerprint scanner over here. As you can see, it just works really fast, and it also does come with a face unlock. So just show it onto my face over here. It just straight away unlocks your phone. So really fast with the Realme GT over here. Alright, so the next thing we're going to talk about over here is the internal specs of the Master Edition, and I've got to be honest, here is a bit of a watered down version of the original Realme GT, and the reason why I'm saying that is because if you look at the chipset, it does come with the Snapdragon 778 5G. So yes, the only good thing about it is that it does have your 5G support, and of course it doesn't have the so-called flagship level grade, the 860, the 865, the 870, and of course definitely not the 888. The 778 is one of the highest level entry level kind of a chipset for Snapdragon. So in terms of just gaming performance and also just going through your social media, I don't think you're going to have much of a problem. Yes, I have used this for some social media consumption, you know, just scrolling through the phone, and to be honest, it works really well, very fast, very smooth, so you're not going to have much of an issue. Other than that, in terms of the internal specs, you do either get 6 or 8 gigs of RAM, and also you can either get the 128 or 256 gigs of storage. Other than that, you know, you don't have any micro SD expansion, so yes, please choose wisely when you do pick up your Master Edition. Alright, so last thing over here, let's talk about those cameras. So over here with the selfie camera, it does come with a 32 megapixel f2.5 lens, and it can record up to 1080p at 30 fps. And of course, if you switch on to the back of here, the beautiful back over here, you do have a triple camera setup. You do have a same 64 megapixel f1.8 main lens, an 8 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel f2.4 macro shooter. So it's pretty similar to your Realme GT Edition, so I think the photos over here are going to look really stunning. So I'm going to show you some shots over here and let's see how it looks like. So looking at the shots with the main lens, I can say that it's pretty sharp, and color as well is alright. It does look a little bit grainy sometimes, but if you go to some outdoor shots, I think dynamic range and details is really good. Switching on to some ultra wide shots over here as well, it does look really nice, and again in terms of dynamic range, I think it's handled really well, and there's not much distortion for me on the sides over here, so it doesn't give you that fishbowl effect. But yes, if you're trying to take some objects over here, it's a bit hard to focus in. And going on to some digital zoom over here at 2 times, it does look a little bit more grainy compared to your main lens, but overall still very decent. And good, let's look at some selfie shots over here. A lot of skin smoothing, but I think you still get a little bit of details around my face. And let's check out some night mode shots over here. This is without the night mode on, and once you turn this on, you can see that there is a massive difference. And overall, I gotta say, in terms of just color, dynamic range and details, it still does look pretty sharp, I would say, and I would say actually it's really good for night mode on the Realme GT Master Edition. Alright, so that is it with the Realme GT Master Edition, and to be honest, the first impressions of this is a really good one, especially when it comes to the design over here. It just looks really awesome. I mean, if you bring this out, you use this, and people just look at it, you know, they're asking you, what kind of phone case are you using? And you know what I'm gonna tell them? This is not a phone case, this is just the original phone, and you know, I think they're gonna be amazed with it. Other than that, you know, you still get the pretty decent specs. You get your 778 5G support, and you also get, you know, a nice super AMOLED display, 120Hz. Yes, you don't get your stereo speakers, but you do have also a nice headphone jack at the bottom over here. So overall, a very good package, and I think this phone here would be a very good sell as well. So yes, if you guys did enjoy this video and also want to see more of this type of videos, do click the like and also smash that subscribe button down below for more videos like this in the future. Do also follow me on my social as well, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also here on YouTube at Dr. Hammerstack. So that is it. This is Dr. Hammerstack. Stay safe, take care, and wash those hands.